Dream big and achieve bigger at Karunya Deemed University, spread across the picturesque 728-acre campus. Karunya is globally ranked, NAC A++ accredited, and UGC Category 1 institution, offering unparalleled opportunities for a bright future with diverse range of programs in engineering, agriculture, management, online MBA, artificial intelligence, forensic science, biotechnology, digital forensics, and media. Karunya is where success stories are created. Admissions for 2025-26 are now open. Apply today to take the first step toward your dream.
Hi everyone, I am Arsha Ajit. I'm a student of Karunya Institute of Technology and Sciences, doing my final year in the division of AI and ML. I've been doing an internship in Germany.
I've been placed at Infosys as a system engineer.
I got placed in two of the biggest companies, that is Accenture and Capgemini.
Recently, I had the chance to undergo a 3-month internship at the University of Jena in Germany.
Got placed in two companies, in Accenture and Capgemini.
I have two offers in Mindtree and Accenture.
Placed in PwC company, one of the leading global firms in the world.
Recently, I've been to two internships in Jordan as well as in Kenya.
So recently, I got placed in Quantify, which is an AI-based company, in the role of a framework engineer.
Karunya provides exceptional residential facilities across 15 residences spanning 70 acres, housing over 8,000 students. Choose from single, double, triple or four-bedded AC and non-AC rooms. Our dining services are unmatched, with 16 dining halls offering nutritious and delicious North Indian, South Indian, Andhra, Kerala and international cuisines, all prepared using modern steam cooking technology. We prioritize your comfort and convenience with 24/7 power, pure drinking water, solar water heaters, Wi-Fi, fitness gyms, utility stores, ATMs, supermarkets, laundry services and more. Parents visiting the campus can stay in our fully furnished guest house with AC and non-AC options. Join the Karunya family and unlock a world of excellence, innovation and success. Contact us at 1800 8899 888 or visit www.karunya.edu to learn more. Come experience the Karunya difference. Dream.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of The Hindu, I extend a hearty welcome to all our panelists and audience to a new edition of our Career Counseling webinar series organized by The Hindu Education Plus. Today's topic is the Smart Career Shift, Opportunities in AI and Intelligent Technologies, brought to you by Karunya University, Coimbatore. Aimed at helping students navigate the vast and rapidly evolving field of AI, we have a panel of 3 alumni of Karunya University together, all joining us from different parts of the world. They will tell us how AI is reshaping our industries and redefining the jobs. Instead of being too critical of AI, it is important for students and aspiring professionals to stay informed and be ready to embrace new trends of the future. Our panelists, each of them is an industry leader in their respective field, and they will talk about the skill sets required to succeed and how to be future ready. So without wasting much more time, let's get going. I would like to invite our first speaker, Mr. Wilson Pradeep, Senior Engineering Manager and DFT Leader with over 17 years of extensive experience in architecting, developing, and deploying advanced solutions for complex IP and system on chip, the SoC designs. He is particularly recognized for his pioneering work in integrating artificial intelligence into DFT methodologies and his contributions to Google's Pixel Silicon. Currently, he is a senior engineering manager with Silicon Engineering at Google in California, where he is in the forefront of pioneering advanced DFT technologies for next generation SoCs with a significant focus on AI-driven solutions. He plays a pivotal role in the design for silicon for Google's Pixel products, including the Tensor chip, ensuring high quality and robust silicon releases. He drives strategic initiatives in this area, fostering collaborations with academic institutions and DFT partners. He is also in leadership roles in Google, where he directs teams in developing central DFT architectures, optimizing defect screening, and integrating advanced DFT and test technologies. Prior to Google, Wilson made significant contributions at Texas Instruments for a decade as a member group technical staff and DFT lead, where he executed numerous products from concept to silicon. Wilson began his career as an R&D engineer at IBM, India Technology Labs, focusing on RTL development and verification. He is a prolific innovator holding 11 granted US patents and 4 filed patents in DFT and test methodology. He also has, to his credit, 41 research papers with 10 Best Paper Awards. Currently, Wilson is pursuing a PhD in electrical engineering at Arizona State University, where his research is focused on developing AI-based solutions for complex DFT problems. He holds a gold medal in Masters in Applied Electronics from the College of Engineering, Guindy, and is a silver medalist in Bachelor of Engineering, Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering from the 2006 batch of Karunya University. Wilson is joining us from USA, and he will speak on the AI revolution in semiconductors, a career crossroads. Semiconductors are the backbone of AI, and he will highlight AI's impact on semiconductor design and manufacturing and the essential skill development required. So very warm welcome to you, and over to you, Wilson.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Somabasu, for the kind introduction. It's my great pleasure to be here in this wonderful webinar and share some of the experiences and the expertise that I have developed in this particular area of semiconductors and talk about the AI revolution in semiconductors. So let me bring up my slides. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
All right. So in the interest of time, let's dive right into the talk today. So like Mrs. Soma introduced, I'm a senior engineering manager at Google Silicon, and so I'll be giving this talk about the AI revolution in semiconductors, a career crossroads. So it marks a pivotal time for careers in tech, and we will explore why in this next 10 minutes. So as a senior engineering manager at Google Silicon, I've had the wonderful privilege as a front row seat member to witness the incredible transformation which is happening in the semiconductor space, especially with the integration of AI. So for the next 8 to 10 minutes, our roadmap would be packed. We will cover the fundamental convergence of AI and semiconductors. We will dive into how AI is reshaping the industry, specifically in design, and we will decode the career opportunities that are available. And finally, we will outline the essential skills you will need for this AI-driven future. So why AI needs semiconductor? The core idea is simple, but it's profound. So the AI's insatiable demand for computational power is directly driving innovation in semiconductors. Semiconductors are the bedrock enabling every AI advancement from cloud-based AI to powerful edge devices. So it's in a way, if you can look at it, it's a truly a symbiotic relationship breaking. So in one breakthroughs in one areas is fueling the breakthroughs in the other. So they go hand in hand. Both AI and semiconductor has that kind of a relationship. So if you look at the AI semiconductor landscape, and if you can see the picture shown here, it highlights the sheer scale of the opportunity that exists. So in the early 90s, when the original mainframe started, and so that was a disruptive technology at that point in time. And then in the early 2000s, we moved into the PC and internet era, and that was a major disruption in that particular decade. And then as we moved into the 2010, then came the smartphones, the mobility aspect of it, and that was a major disruptive technology. So now in the 2020s, the major disruptive technology, as we all know, is AI. And we can say that we are in a AI era. And the semiconductor industry itself is projected to hit 1 trillion in revenue by 2030, and it is purely propelled by the AI era. And you might all have heard in the news how there are major tech companies which are hitting the trillion market, semiconductor companies hitting the trillion market, which makes it all the more sense now. So the global AI data center market is set to reach approximately 157.3 billion by 2034 with a 27.10 compound annual growth rate, while the global AI server GPU market is predicted to hit over 300 billion by 2034 with a staggering 30.4% CAGR. This is a staggering number, and this exponential growth underscores the demand for specialized AI hardware across the entire ecosystem you see here, from design tools to foundries and packaging. So AI is reshaping semiconductor industry. So AI isn't just a consumer of chips, it's actively reshaping the industry itself. Google, for instance, is developing custom ARM-based CPUs like Axiom and training powerful models like Gemini on its own chips. And there are many other companies who have their own AI models, LLMs. They are trying to come up with their own CPUs, custom chips on which they can run their they can build their AI models, and then they can run all their AI applications, and on which the data centers can be built. So if you see the forecast that is shown over here in the chart below, and it is taken from McKinsey's research, it shows that for AI-related semiconductors, the growth rate will be almost 5 times greater than the rest of the market, indicating a fundamental shift in where the value and the growth lie. So the semiconductor for AI is the future. So we talked about how semiconductor is important for the AI application, but on the contrary, AI is also playing an important part in the semiconductor design itself. So semiconductor design once was a very niche area. That it had a lot of complex processes and methodologies involved. But today, AI is reshaping the way and redefining the way the semiconductors are being designed. And AI's impact on semiconductor design is very profound. It's delivering value by reducing the manufacturing cost, but its largest relative impact is in R&D. If you look at the AI tools, they enhance the engineering efficiency, they reduce the time to market and provide automated design insights. And this transforms the electrical design automation by leveraging big data and historical information for peak productivity and consistent quality of products. So the question is why the semiconductor industry is hot for AI talent. So this is where your opportunity comes in. The semiconductor industry is at a very critical juncture, if I can put it that way, where foundational hardware meets cutting edge AI software. So this rapid pace of innovation creates a dynamic environment with a constant new challenges. And there's a high demand for diverse skill sets spanning engineering, data science, and AI. So let's dive a little bit more into that. So what are the roles that are emerging. So if you look at this entire landscape, there are various new roles that are emerging with AI for semiconductors and semiconductors for AI. And we see a strong demand for AI, ML engineers for chip design automation. And we see data scientists for optimizing the fab operations. When I say fab is the fabrication units where the chips are being manufactured. And then we see the AI hardware architects designing next-gen AI chips. And beyond that, we also see the AI software engineer roles that are coming up, and then the edge AI specialists for IoT devices now, with every computation now moving to edge, and so that takes a much significance. And even the quantum computing engineers contribute to this critical pathway. So the essential skills for the AI-driven future. So what you may ask the question, hey, what are the key skills that I need for this AI age? So the core skills start with a strong foundation in AI ML. So that is a foundational skill that is very much needed, and which involves understanding algorithms, deep learning, and neural networks. And you will also need proficiency in data science and analytics, and for handling large data sets, and mastery of key programming languages like Python, C++, and when you're looking at from a hardware design point of view, the hardware description languages like Verilog, VHDL are also very crucial. And if you have to further deepen your impact in this particular area, focus on the semiconductor domain-based expertise is also very crucial, like VLSI design, knowledge on the EDA tools, the fabrication process, and learn to apply how AI for hardware optimization, be it power, timing, and excel in data-driven fab operations, and understand the specialized AI architectures. So that is a complete niche area by itself. And most importantly, the interdisciplinary problem solving is key to tackling some of the complex challenges AI is throwing these days. So despite the bright outlook, we do face significant challenges. One of the key challenges that we face in the industry today is the talent gap. A talent gap where demand outpaces supply. And there's an immense compute intensity of advanced AI. And the last challenge is the intense global competition for technological leadership. I will not talk much about the last 2 points, but let me dive a little bit more into the talent gap. The talent gap in the semiconductor industry is real. And the facts here, they prove that. The industry today, and this is again research that was taken very recently, and this came in the recent edition of McKinsey Research Journal, where they say that the industry expects to add about 114,000 jobs by 2030. Yet projections indicate that only up to 58% of these new manufacturing and design roles could remain unfilled, in fact. So this points to a critical need for workforce development and retaining efforts. So we are entering into a future where there is a huge potential for new jobs to be open, but the concern is we don't have enough talent to fill in for the job openings that may open up. So if you look at what is happening in our own country, in India, not just India, every country in the globe today, they are responding strategically to this growing demand for semiconductors for AI. India, for example, is actively pursuing becoming a global semiconductor hub with massive investments planned, including Tata's first fab plant and Micron's significant unit, aiming to capitalize on the growth and address the talent needs that are coming up. And here in the US, similarly, we have this CHIPS and Science Act, which is committing almost 280 billion in funding, with over 50 billion specifically for expanding the domestic manufacturing of mature and advanced semiconductors, including significant R&D investments aiming to bolster the supply chain and competitiveness. So in summary, AI is fundamentally transforming the semiconductor industry, creating immense opportunities. The demand for AI chips is skyrocketing, driving unprecedented innovation and investment. So for you, especially students, if you may be listening, developing AI, data science, and crucial interdisciplinary skills is key to career success in this dynamic field where your talent can make a significant impact. So with that, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you for your time and attention today. It's such a fascinating time to be in this technology, and I hope this talk would help you in your career journey, and I can take questions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Wilson, for that very informative presentation. We will take a very short break and request our audience to participate in a poll which will help us to identify your profile, as in whether you are students or faculty, teachers, parents. So the Hindu team, please put up the poll, and in a few seconds, we will introduce our next speaker and move on to the next presentation. I think it will give a fair idea to our panelists. The participants' profile will help you to, I think, also answer the questions and shape the presentations. So as expected, I think students are the highest. 34% of our audience, followed by the young professionals, the aspiring professionals, and then parents, educators. And we also have a miscellaneous group, I guess. Okay, so I will move on to our next speaker, Mr. Bennett P. He is a seasoned bid management professional with over 15 years of experience in the telecom industry. Currently, he's serving as the proposal manager at AT&T Global Business Bengaluru. He specializes in managing high-value bids across government and commercial sectors. He is skilled in applying technical and functional expertise to deliver innovative solutions and outstanding stakeholder experiences. A member of the Executive Council and a brand ambassador for APMP India, showcasing his thought leadership in the field of pre-sales, Bennett is the winner of 40 Under 40 Global in 2023 and Thought Leader of the Year 2022. He will now speak on the role of agentic AI in the world of humans and offer insights into how AI is redefining the human-AI collaboration and redefining the workplace dynamics, how the autonomous agentic AI is going to rule the world, and why do we have the need to embrace it in our daily lives. Welcome, and over to you, Bennett.
So I'll just start sharing my screen. Let me know once it's up.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And today is also called the World Telecommunication Day. So eventually, I just came to know it's not coincidence that all of us are from the telecommunication field over here. And happy Telecommunication Day. So I'll just brief. What I'll do is for the next 2 minutes, of course, I'm going to talk about myself for the next 2 minutes. This will give you a brief idea on what I have done, and this will help you to ask questions related to that at the later part of it. I know it's going to be a boring 2 minutes. Of course, please bear with me and listen to what I have done. So that will be helpful in later stages. So first, I've done my engineering from Karunya, and that's the reason I'm over here. Of course, then after that, I did my MBA from Indian Institute of Planning and Management. Then I've done my wealth management from NUS Singapore. And then I've done quite a lot of certifications in APMP, which stands for Association of Proposal Management Professionals, and technical certifications in CCNA, IoT, and also in a functional certification in Prince related to project management. I'm working with AT&T close to 14 years in the field of pre-sales and proposal management side. And prior to that, I worked in a company called Business Octane, IBM. As I told that, as someone mentioned that, I'm also the brand ambassador for APMP India and also an executive council member for APMP India. And also recently I was awarded with the 40 Under 40 award, which is a global award in which they select around 40 individuals across the globe and in the field of pre-sales across all the companies, and was awarded with this prestigious award. So this is all about myself. I know it was a little boring. It's okay. Let's move to the next one. So everybody's talking about AI and what's happening in the AI world, and this is the talk of the town. So is it AI harmful? Is it going to replace me? Is it my threat? Or is it my friend? So these are the questions that keep coming up in our minds, especially I see a lot of students over here, and you'll be thinking, do I have to really do engineering now? What if AI comes and does engineering instead of me because it is doing a better education than myself? So those are the things I want to cover over here in the next 7 minutes and leave it to you. First is like, what I'm going to talk now is about the difference between a generative AI and agentic AI. Generative AI, most of you would have heard. It's the ChatGPT tool, which you would have used one part of the other. It's just repetitive. You prompt something. You want to write an essay. You want to research about a company or something like that. You write a prompt and it gives you a response. So that's about the generative AI. So all good with that. But from there, the world is moving to such a, I would rather call a disruptive field into the field of agentic AI. So what is agentic AI? Is it something, some agent is over there, or what is it all about? That's what we are going to cover now. And first of all, what happens in agentic AI is it breaks down the task into multiple tasks. So it is for a generative AI, it is more of you need a human to input it. Okay, it will ask a question and you have to input it. Whereas for a generative AI, it doesn't need a human intervention. It automatically decides by itself, okay, this is how I have to do. Okay, I'll take the decision. And if at all it needs a human intervention, then only it goes and asks. Else it operates automatically. We'll just see a few examples on how this agentic AI works. I don't have a slide. So what you have to do is you have to vision or dream or imagine along with me. Let's take, if you want to book you are planning to go to Switzerland. And what you generally do is you Google about Switzerland or you ask ChatGPT, tell me about something about Switzerland. But when you take that one and input into an agentic AI tool, you say that, okay, I want to go to Switzerland. Then what an agentic AI does is, it does the role of a human. First, it will tell you, okay, so it'll ask you, it'll just ask you for the dates. Okay, you are given your dates, but it'll start breaking it down. First, it will go there and, it will go and check the tickets which are available based on your past experiences and based on your past. It will collect data about what you have done in the past and whether you are a good buyer, whether you are going for a business class seat or an economic class seat. So it'll start collecting information about the seats over there, the booking tickets. And then the next step, it'll go, okay, it'll start checking out the hotels. After checking the hotels, okay, this person needs euros to go over there. Okay, it'll even start converting your currency and all those stuff. It'll give you all the details in a single input. That's what agentic AI does. Similarly, if you take that and apply into the world of software development, you just go and say, I need a banking software. It will start, these agents will start doing stuffs like, okay, what is going to be the front end? One will decide on the front end, and next will decide what is going to be the, who's going to test this thing. It will start testing, it will start automating, it will start maintaining, it will start supporting all the sequences. All these things will start happening sequentially, one by one, without human intervention. If at all it wants to ask a question, it will ask you. That is where the world is going. It's no longer in generative AI, it's all moving into agentic AI. So this is a new trend which has come up. So just want to talk about these things. And if you want to know about the tools, what have been over there, you can check with Crew AI, Microsoft AutoGen or AutoGPT. All these tools are commonly available over there, and you can research about these tools, how these agentic AI works. Okay, well done about agentic AI, all those AI stuff. So how do I embrace it? So that's the next thing. Should I avoid it or should I embrace it? So that is the next part we're going to deal with it. I would rather say start embracing AI sooner than later. Why do I say that is how do I embrace AI into my work culture, or how do I do it into my student and as well as when I'm studying and all those stuff. I'll just give you some few tips with which how you can use the basic ChatGPT or a Gemini tool to do it. First is, if you have a very long document, you can feed that document into your tool and ask the tool to summarize it. It will immediately summarize and give it to you within fraction of seconds. You need not go through the entire stuff. So this is one way you can do it. And another way you can do it is like, for example, you're on a very long meeting, you are a working professional and you're on a very long meeting, you have to have a review meeting and you want to take a MOM, which is called the minutes of meeting. This AI tool does it for you. You can just feed the entire recording of the session into a tool. And this tool, what it will do is it will summarize you and give it to you. So for example, Hindu, after this tool, after this seminar is over, after this webinar is over, if they want to know, okay, what each and every person has said, they need not go and check out the 1 hour of recording. All they have to do is just take this entire recording, put into this tool, and this tool will summarize and give it to you. And that's how it can be useful. So you can imagine in your own world how I can embrace it. Next one is like, for example, you have a long document or something like that, and you're a financial expert. You want to know how the stocks market is going up, and you can download the annual reports of a company, and you can feed into this tool and ask questions about where should I invest, so what's going to be my asking price and all those stuff. So you can start doing all those stuff using a simple tool called ChatGPT itself. All these things are possible, and of course, like if you want to create a image or something like that, now of course ChatGPT does it too. You can use DALL-E tools and all those stuff to start embracing it, and that's what I want to discuss on these things. And finally, what I want to tell is about how do I navigate as a student. So I see that most of you are students over here. Okay, well said. How do I navigate myself into this virtual world? So how is it going to helpful, and what are the things? Is it going to replace my job? So that's what I want to tell you for the next 1 minute. Let's take, most of you would have traveled, and once upon a time when you're traveling in your car, every time you cross a toll, what will happen? You have to pay your toll. In that, you have to pay your money, and that person will be there. He'll collect the money. There will be at least 1 minute of time wastage over there. Then you go. Now, what has come? FASTag has come. You go there, the gate automatically opens. You take your car or your bike and you move on. So what happened? Did the guy over there lose the job? What really happened was the job got transformed. So what I want to tell over here is, using AI and all those things, jobs are not actually getting lost, they're getting transformed. You have to transform yourself into the updated version of it. For example, what happened to if you go now and check on somebody who, in the FASTag counter in the toll booth, not everybody are sitting over there. Instead of 5 employees, there'll be 1 employee. But there'll be another 4 employees will be there selling all those FASTags over there. The job got transformed. Instead of sitting over there, they started moving out. So that's how things happen. You have to transform yourself. Again, when you take the world of taking a video or something like that, like video, you go to a wedding, they take a video. Once upon a time, they take the long camera and they shoot it. Now there are drones available. So those drones, they just wind up, cranes are not needed and long shots are not needed. The drone does all the job for you. How is it possible? Is it possible? Because what happened was everybody started upgrading. If you still want to use the video camera, you have to rather think about upgrading yourself. So that's what all about. So you have to think and all these lines, and you have to start upgrading yourself. Finally, what I want to conclude is, okay, I have a resume. What do I do with my resume? So should I ask AI to do it? Yes, there are tools for AI to do it. But if you have a resume and if you want to know what are the questions they are going to ask in an interview, you can feed this resume into these ChatGPT tools and ask questions like, review my resume and let me know what are the questions they are going to ask. And it will start giving you those questions. So you can prepare yourself. One thing what I did recently was I had a boring title called what is that? The Bid and Professional Management Professional. I just put my resume into one of these tools and asked, give me a catchy title. It said AI-driven proposal strategist. This sounds better, right? Rather than the boring title called bid and proposal management. So that's how it keeps changing. So what I want to leave to you over here is start upgrading yourself, start embracing AI. Don't think that you're going to lose a job or something like that. Be upgraded, everything will fall in place. And I'm ready to take up the questions once everything is over. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bennett, for the valuable insights. And before we move on to our next speaker, I would request our audience to start posting their questions in the Q&A box, which is open now, and we will try to take up as many as possible with our panelists. Our final speaker for this webinar is Mr. Selvinson SJS, who's a veteran in telecom industry with over 30 years of pioneering leadership in mobile communications. A key architect in the evolution of India's telecom landscape since the launch of mobile services in 1995. He has led major greenfield network deployments across industry-leading organizations such as Lucent Technologies, Airtel, and Reliance Jio. Selvinson was instrumental in conceptualizing and establishing the telecom managed services model, developing it from the ground up into a scalable operational framework that has since become an industry standard in India and abroad, enabling mass network deployments with efficiency. In his current role as the Senior Vice President and Head of Network Performance at Reliance Jio, Selvinson has played a pivotal role in the nationwide rollout and operations of 4G and advanced 5G standalone networks. His global expertise includes leadership roles as Principal Consultant and CTO with an international telecom consultancy firm. He has provided strategic consultancy to several global mobile carriers, including the Crown Castle UK and Motorola Thailand, and is supporting greenfield network launches in Northern Ireland and Thailand. Widely respected for his technical depth, strategic foresight, and value-driven leadership, Selvinson continues to shape the future of telecommunications while advancing a mission of compassion, inclusion, and societal progress. His talk on telecom transformation in the AI era will focus on the telecom transformation journey that helped to empower Digital India. Known for revolutionizing network performance and innovation, Mr. Selvinson will provide some valuable insights into the advancements of 5G technology and the rise of AI-driven autonomous networks. Welcome and over to you, Selvinson.
First of all, very good evening to all of you. It's indeed a real privilege and honor for me to be part of this wonderful webinar. I really want to thank and appreciate Karunya management team and the Hindu Education Plus team coming together and making this happen. So bear with me as I start the presentation. So today I'm going to talk about intelligent telecom technologies powered by AI. My colleagues Bennett and Wilson have talked in much detail about AI. They gave a very, very valuable insight. So I'm just going to incrementally add what telecom can offer. So one big message I want to leave at the start of this presentation: the telecom landscape is changing every year, okay? In the last 30 years of my career, I've seen 4 generations of telecom, right? So the famous statement, change is the only constant in life. I vouch for it, and that is going to be even in the future also. So please embrace the change. Now the change is happening at lightning speed, right? So on one fine day, you just open the newspaper and you see this kind of news, right? All of a sudden, NVIDIA overtakes Apple as world's most valuable company. And NVIDIA's market value surpassed $3 trillion. So that's the kind of message you keep hearing. And that's the kind of change that's happening in the industry. And we have to accept and we have to adapt. So the important message I want to leave with all of you is, as we read in the famous statement of Winston Churchill, I'm always ready to learn. And the latest report from McKinsey and Company, they say that we have to get rewired and we have to run ahead. So digital and AI leaders are leaving the rest behind. So one tagline is lead or lag. Leaders must embrace AI at full speed, and it is mandatory and it's not an option. Now, as we see in the NASSCOM report, we need to know what are the future technologies that are upcoming and how we need to align to the industry developments and expectation. We should not be in our own world. We need to know how the trend is changing and how we need to adapt to the latest trending. So as we can see, there are so many new technologies that are knocking the door, that are already happening in the world. So we need to know which technology will be of interest to us, and then we have to move towards that. So I want to talk a little bit on the technology advancements in telecom. Now in India, we have launched 5G standalone network. Only few operators or mobile carriers you call, they have taken this leap forward. And in India, Reliance Jio has launched the standalone 5G. So standalone 5G gives huge opportunities for the customer and many of the digital applications. So I want to say the standalone network, it's like an oxygen for digital applications and services. In the 5G standalone, there is one critical feature that is available that is called slicing. So this network slicing helps to do so many things. We can dedicate bandwidth for different applications. One such application, most of you must have heard, it's called Jio AirFiber. Earlier, everywhere, we have to dig the ground and install the fiber. And many places we don't get the right of way. So we cannot, connect homes. But with the AirFiber, we can connect homes everywhere across Pan India. So that is the power of network slicing we have got through 5G standalone network. So this is one technology advancement that really helped. And now coming to healthcare, there are 5G connected smart ambulances, right? We know about the golden hour, how important it is. So 5G enables the staff in the ambulance and the control room, and through network slicing with a dedicated bandwidth, they can start sharing a live stream from the ambulance to the control room and administer the right medicines to the patient. So this kind of applications 5G is offering. And why I'm sharing this use case, so that I just want you to think through, you can come out with whatever ideas, because the bandwidth is available, slicing is available. So what all the other new use cases you can develop, you can come out with innovative ideas. And this is just a food for thought I just want to leave with you. And coming to the operations, gone are those days where, people have to manually do things. Now it is all AI powered, cognitive, autonomous platforms. So that is the new normal, we are operating in. So the network operation centers, most of the applications are autonomous. It's called zero touch. So this kind of platforms need to be developed. And for that, the talent is really needed, and everyone cannot do that. So if you upskill yourself, and then if you see that you can develop such platforms as a team, that is going to be the real need for the industry. Now, one such example is, the SON, that's called Self-Organizing Network. right? So, our networks have become too big. And if you ask about Reliance Jio, we serve 488 million customers, right? And we carry the world largest mobile data, even surpassing China Mobile. So with this kind of volume, it is humanly not possible to operate the network manually. So this kind of self-organizing network, the platforms that got developed, it's helping us. So it does everything on its own. As my colleagues talked about, right? The AI, the machine learning algorithms that are helping to take decision on its own so that the customer impact is kept as minimum as possible and the service experience is always kept as 100%. So that is the kind of platforms we have developed and we operationalize, and there are enough opportunities available for all of you to develop such platforms in the future. And another technology is a 5G digital twin that's actually getting operationalized, so you can learn about it. So these are the things where you can concentrate, where you can put your energy, where you can put your thought process and develop. And edge computing is another technology where we bring the content close to the user so that the multi-user gaming becomes a delightful experience. There's no delay that causes interruptions. So one example is like this, right? So the edge computing helps to almost do it at real time. And also you need to know how the industry is moving. Now we talked about industry 4.0 and now we are moving into industry 5.0. It's a human-centric approach where human and the machines will come together and play a pivotal role, developing many applications. So these are the areas you need to concentrate, you need to study, you need to see how you can actually collaborate and deliver. And Jio platforms, have done a lot of innovation, and both on the edge computing, using network slicing and robotics and so many other things. And if I have to just show you a 30-second. So this is about the manufacturing industry, how we power the manufacturing industry using 5G technology, the robotic controller, all those things are powered by 5G. So that is the kind of collaboration that are happening between the industry and the operators. Now, all these use cases also you can check out in your free time. There are many use cases that are coming up. So sky is the limit. You can innovate as much as possible using all these wonderful technologies. So what is the need of the hour is the domain knowledge. It's not just about automation. So the domain knowledge along with the automation skill is the need of the hour. So if you have a strong domain knowledge coupled with all those software skills, I think that is going to be really good for the industry. So keep upskilling, keep finding out what is the new trending that are happening, and you'll be a great success in the market. So as Tim Sanders says, education without application is just entertainment. So think through the basic building blocks of AI. We hear a lot about AI. We use AI, and most of the time we are a customer. But why not we become a developer? So what I want to challenge each one of you is think through what are the basic building blocks of AI that is needed in your job role, and start implementing in a progressive manner. Even if you fail it, doesn't matter, but don't wait for the perfection, start doing it. And as we talk about 5G, now we are already in the verge of 6G. 6G is knocking the door. So that's a moment of technology. That's a technology landscape, how it is changing so fast. So I just want to leave few questions with you. So where are you positioned in the dynamically changing technology landscape? Are you embracing the change? Are you having the appetite to learn and adapt? What are the areas in which you're planning to upskill, reskill? So make a plan and implement it, and that's the way forward for you to be successful. So not only the technology, but I also want to talk about transformation inside out, where I say that attitude plays a very critical element in the corporate world. wherever you're going to work. So always keep the can-do attitude. And another critical one I want to talk and close is don't get into depression, because I see a lot of people getting into depression. My elder daughter, I always talk about, she died of cancer 5 years back, but she never went into depression, not even a single day. Even during the amputation of leg, right? She thanked God for giving her 2 legs for 15 years. So that is the kind of perspective you need to carry so that you will be successful in whatever job you do. So thank you so much, and I'll wait for the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Selvin, for that interesting and valuable inputs. And there are already lots of questions. But one general thing, like we all understand that, yes, AI is happening, AI is underway, but somehow maybe it is still not so visible. I mean, I may not be using the exact right word. Because there's a human tendency, we will believe something only when we see it happening around us. And right now, the general impression is that AI is actually taking away jobs. So all of you in your presentations have nicely explained that it is creating jobs, it is transforming jobs, but perhaps reducing the number of jobs. So, I mean, that reassurance, has to be kind of put across, like because also the other point which comes in is the creativity part, because you have also mentioned, how AI is helping you to summarize things, or, as you mentioned, Bennett gave you a new designation. So where are we thinking? I mean, it is also killing our creativity, isn't it? So if you could quickly kind of justify, AI is inescapable, we all understand. But then if you could just quickly justify, each of you know that, yes, AI is going to, perhaps already is ruling and is going to dominate in the future, and there's no escape. Who will go first?
Okay, I can take a stab at it.
Yes.
So now I think the concern is very valid. People fear that AI can kill the creativity part of it. All right. And also there is this concern about AI killing jobs. But I think we did reassure from all of our presentation is that it presents a lot of new opportunities. So that is how it always has been. Even if you look at human evolution, right? Like the skill sets have always been evolved, right? Right from the ancient man to where we are today, our skill sets have evolved. And when people used to walk, and when a car was invented, the skill set of walking did not go away, and it did not. It did the cars and the innovation of cars help people go to a distant place at a faster pace. It kind of pushed them to a next level. But at the same time, it created an opportunity for people to go and learn to how to drive a car, how to use the tool, right? So it created a new skill set, and it also created a new opportunity for people to develop a new skill set. And when an aeroplane was invented, it did not displace cars, but it did kind of help in kind of making transport much more faster, but it also kind of helped people to kind of develop new skill sets. So the way I look at it is, so the advent of AI, maybe it might have kind of killed creativity in a certain ways, but it kind of opens an opportunity to kind of build a complete new way of creativity, how to use AI. That itself is a new creativity that we can build. So it is all about how we use the technology, and how we develop the skill set, and like how Brother Selvinson said, how we embrace this. So that is the most important part. So we need to learn to embrace it. We need to understand what is that I need to do to kind of prepare myself for the future, which is definitely AI is not going away. AI is the future. So how do I face this AI world? What is the new skill set that I need to develop? Right? I think that is what we need to focus. And definitely AI may kind of reduce certain redundant jobs which today we may have. Like there was one question somebody had asked whether it will displace software development. Of course, yes, there will be some part of the software development it will replace, but it will open up a completely new paradigm of job openings where people might be needed to kind of how to master the AI. How do we kind of create applications using AI? So it's just a transformation and the phase shift that we are talking about. And we are at a phase where we are in the transition mode. and things will get much more clearer as we progress in the next few years. So that's my take at it.
Yeah, would Bennett or Selvinsett, would you like to add anything to that?
Maybe I'll just quickly add to what Wilson said. Yeah, in my case, what I would rather say is like, yeah, it has made me lazy at some point of time because I know, okay, even in this presentation, I had a lot of meetings and other things back to back happening over there. So I just prompted it and it gave me an image. So I used that and then I spoke on that. Of course, it has limited my creativity, but at the same time, I can do multiple tasks at the same time. So there is a con and a pro of it. So the con is, yeah, it has made me lazy, but the pro is, okay, I'm able to do multiple tasks at the same time as a human. So I rather embrace it rather than saying no to it.
Right. I think, Wilson, you mentioned in your presentation that AI-driven industry is going to be a $1 trillion economy industry. And you also did say that there are lots of jobs, but not enough talent. So could you just throw some light on that? I mean, does it also mean that our programs that we run for students, the educational programs, are not really geared up?
Yes, yes and no for that. So in fact, in terms of job opportunities, definitely there is a lot more job opportunities that is opening up. And like we heard from Sevenson, we saw NVIDIA hitting the 3 trillion market. And what does NVIDIA do? NVIDIA just makes chips for AI application, right? Like they create AI chips for data center. And they would not just make a 3 trillion market unless they see a volume in it. And when there is a volume, when there is a high demand, right? And you need kind of resources to kind of enable meet that demand. And what are the resources? Of course, one resources is the infrastructure, but the major part of the resource is the talent, right? And where does the talent come from? And the talent pool has to come from the academia, right? And academia and the companies wouldn't just fill the people, right? Like the people have to be prepared and then trained enough to kind of be fitted into those positions. So the opportunities are definitely going to come in, but how the students in this current generation are going to be prepared for that. I think that is what is important. And I do see that the educational institutions now, there is a lot more focus on AI, ML, and so earlier we used to just stick to just the computer programming is basic C, C++ is what people used to have. But people are looking beyond that. People are looking at learning Python. People are looking at learning how to use LLMs. People are looking at how to use the different AI-based models, how to use AI models for different applications. So I see that there is this change coming in where the education, the academia is also embracing that. Okay, so these are the new skill sets that we need to develop and train the students right at the universities and colleges. So if that is not being done, definitely that is something that universities should proactively take this step forward to prepare the students for the great prospects that we're going to have in the future.
So there are these specific questions, what are the core subjects that need to be covered, say in a BTech program or an MTech program? Would Bennett or Selvinson, would you like to take that? What are those core subjects that we should focus on now at this stage?
So I think the basic curriculum is important, and we need to align the curriculum with the industry trending. That is very critical. So if the curriculum is not giving what the industry needs, then the person need to upskill, by finding out the right courses. And today, the learning platform is open, and we can upskill using multiple platforms. Gone are those days where we need a person who will come and teach. Now, it's just, I will say, sky is the limit, where people can really kind of grab that opportunity, upskill, and make themselves ready to jump into the industry requirement. So curriculum with passionate effort from the individual will be the way forward.
So AI is kind of good enough to disrupt industries, but then which are those very specific sectors or industry where AI is expanding and is really going to expand and transform the landscape for all our young aspirants who are young professionals. So which would be those very, very beneficial sectors?
So I don't think we can kind of pick one stream and say, hey, this one stream is what going to be needed for AI, right? And when we're talking about AI, AI is something that has an impact on many aspects of the industry, right? And we're talking about the manufacturing industry, we're talking about the computer science engineering, we're talking about the electrical engineering, we're talking about the electronics engineering, we're talking about even the logistics, and there are several aspects to it, and they all contribute in their own ways to this AI era. So we have to understand what kind of career path that we want to take, and every road leads to AI, right? So we just need to kind of see which road that we want to take and which we are passionate about, and see how we can kind of Selvan said, upskill in that particular area, pick those area, and then see how we can kind of develop the skill set in that particular area, and then kind of grow in that. So short answer is, I don't think there is a fixed stream of studies that we can say that, okay, is you just go there and then you're all done, all set for AI.
Very pertinent question from Deepak. Sorry, Selvan, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I fully agree to what Wilson had mentioned, because you see the sectors, be it connected vehicles, be it medical field, be it manufacturing, everywhere, the co-pilot will help, and the AI will cut across all the segments. So any segment, any stream the students are currently studying, AI will come in. So there is no stream right where AI will not be there. So people can have that confidence, and they can surely pursue their education with this kind of thought process.
Deepak has a very pertinent question, since we are all so sucked up by the social media. So he wants to know that the content on social media and in the search engines, why are they not controlled? Bennett, would you take this?
Yeah, we can say that in the sense like they are not controlled, in the sense it can be controlled also using AI. So there are tools available in the market where it can be monitored, but it all depends on what is the restriction policy that particular social media has. So Facebook will have a different one, Instagram will have a different one, or Twitter will or X will have a different one. So based on that, so we can't limit it. That's what I can say that.
Murali Krishnan C says, asking how do AI courses, maybe which AI courses, or how will they help the entrepreneurs?
So I saw that question, like most of them are asked, like, what does the certification have to do in AI, and what is my career path? So as Selvinson said, that there is no limit in whatever interest they have. There are a lot of platforms like Udemy or Coursera, and there are a lot of other platforms also which is available in the market. They can go and research a course or certification which is apt for themselves, for their industry, and pick a course which has a practical lab in it, where they can go and try hands-on what is happening. So when they pick up a course with certification along with hands-on lab or something like that, then it will be very helpful. So it could be anything, like even if they are in the field of medical science, they can still go there and go to Udemy and search for a course and related to medical or something like that. Even lawyers or chartered accountants, AI didn't leave anybody in this world. It has impacted everybody. So there is a course available for everybody out there in the world. They can just pick up on that and along with the lab and keep doing it.
So there's a specific question for you about how, could you tell us a roadmap for data analyst professionals?
Okay, data analyst professionals in the world of AI.
Yes, in the world of AI.
See, again, as I said that for data analysis has been there in the market, I think like for the past 5 years or something like that, where it has peaked up. So when we combine that along with AI, you have a data which is you can even have 100 years of data. and analyze it. So for a certification, if they are asking something like that, then again, I would rather say do a nano degree. There are a lot of nano degrees which is available. They can pick up those nano degrees and do it and come into again along with coupled with a lab or something like that, or nano degree with a lab, and then they can get into the field of AI also.
Mani G is an upper management role in the US healthcare industry with a non-technical background. As AI continues to evolve, what areas should professionals like him focus on to stay relevant and lead effectively? What are the practical ways we can start integrating AI into our operations without deep technical knowledge? He wants to know.
I'll take that question.
Yes.
The most important aspect is not in-depth knowledge about AI. Conceptual knowledge about AI is extremely critical for senior management role. How AI is evolving, what all the new softwares that are coming, models that are getting created, how we can apply those. That conceptual knowledge is extremely critical. So whichever field a person is working, he cannot stay passive in this dynamically changing environment. So everyone need to understand which model can be applied so that entire job role can be operationalized with AI. So that is a thought process I want to leave.
What is the future of AI with respect to mental wellness? Can AI replace therapists, or how therapists can embrace AI? Vishnu Priya wants to know.
I think I have an example from one of my friend also, where so even I think it started giving counseling also these days. I know like a human cannot replace it, but still it started mimicking human. But we know that it's an artificially modulated one. But I just heard through one of my friend that it still works. So why she was like telling her, why don't you try it? So it also gives advice on that. So I think it's good.
So
On one angle,
these,
it's good, but
sorry,
what if,
yeah.
sorry, like if it, in one angle it is good, but there is this disruptive angle also. Sometimes AI will start hallucinating. It will just think on itself and started giving a vague result. And if the person really needs a counselor, they have to go else. Everybody need not become a doctor. AI only will become a doctor. So there are medical field is something disruptive where we need not go to AI. We can stay away from it.
So there are lot of these questions, how AI will be useful to a lawyer, a civilian, a doctor, and blah, blah, blah. So I think we'll skip all that. A very basic question, real work versus AI work, which is more accurate? Wilson?
Again, that's a hypothetical question, I think. Like we cannot determine which is better. There should be always a human to intervene and check whether it is correct or not. Whatever work is there, it is correct or not. At the same time, there are chances that human might be tired. There will be in a different trauma or something like that. So AI could predict better. So we don't know that it could be AI, it could be human also. It depends on the questions. It depends on what they're asking it.
So I would like to answer that with an example, right? Like in the industry that I'm in, and so we make chips for the Pixel phone, right? And our objective is to make as many chips as possible within a year so that we can kind of diversify the product and with the amount of resources that we have. And in a traditional way, we design a particular chip. Let's say it takes about a year from a concept to silicon. Right. And now we're looking at how we can kind of maximize the productivity or increase the throughput where we can make multiple chips within a single year. So we are looking at bringing in AI into some of our methodologies and processes, which can fast track some of these things. So that by that way, we are trying to kind of increase the number of chips that we can do. So it is very important to see, of course, both are real work. I would say AI is just a reflection of the real work that we are doing. But again, to go back to some of the questions that was asked, I think it is important to understand how AI can apply to some of the things that we do. Today, we might be in different fields, like maybe from law, we may be doing in education, we might be doing civil engineering, we may be doing mechanical engineering. So there might be different diverse stream, but it is very important to see like how we can bring in AI applications into some of these things, which can maximize the productivity, which can maximize the efficiency of work that we can do, and overall improve the way we kind of operate. I think that is where it's very crucial. So I would not say AI is something like an artificial magic potion that kind of works. It is really the real work that happens with the control and instruction of a human, right? And how we use it is completely under our control. So and that is a vague statement to put that, okay, AI work versus a real work.
So, what would be your advice to, say, people in their mid 40s, or I mean, who are perhaps little technology challenged and who also don't feel comfortable with this whole concept, vis-a-vis the present generation students who were born in this technical era and are somewhat, oriented? So, there's a question actually: what about the people who are in their little early stages of career with very little background in this field? What would you advise them?
So I would say embrace AI, walk hand in hand. So that is the key for success in the upcoming years. So that is number one. And number two is, in the place where we work, there should be a healthy mix between the experienced people and the young professionals. So this is going to be the lethal combination, because the experience, guides in a matured manner, and the young professionals can learn from their experience and actually build the AI into every aspect of it. So that is going to be the new way of working, which I've started to see in the organizations.
So one piece of advice I can give from experience is AI has different levels and layers of it, right? So what we are seeing in a Gemini product, or maybe from a Chat GPT, is what is the user interface, where we just give some prompts and then it kind of gives you a response, right? For a layman user, that is a very simple UI to kind of use. And let's say, like how Bennett was talking about, if you have to write an essay, or if you have to process some information, you just give that to the prompt and then it gives you an information. So any layman can kind of do that. And that is an easy use case of an AI-based application. But people who are starting their careers and who are looking at developing the skill set, you can go to different levels of AI, right? And AI starts with a large language model, right? And there are different large language model. So you can go to that level, understand how large language model works, and then how you can use an AI based an application, or build an API which can create an application. You can create your own app. You can create your own application based on those models, which are already open source. OpenAI provides, Google provides all this open source. You can do that. Or even if you want to kind of go to another level of abstraction, right? And then which kind of further simplifies the LLMs, and then you can do it. And all this information are available, like Bennett said. I think there are so many coursework that is available in the internet for these different levels of AI, right? If you want to go to the core level, or if you want to go look at the data inference, the data training level, so you can still go and learn those things. Or if you want to learn using how the LLMs, you still have that option to go and learn. Or if you just want to go learn how to use ChatGPT, dummies for ChatGPT for dummies, right? You can still do that. So it is depending upon which level you are in your career, or you may be in your late stage of your career, or your early stage of your career. You can pick up at what stage you want to jump in and want to kind of explore.
Right. So there are a lot of questions, and many of them still very skeptical, because a lot of participants feel that human power, the brain power, is still more powerful than AI, and AI is not really generating jobs as being claimed. So those are all debatable points, and we have also run out of time. I'll just end with this one very cute question, which has come from a 9th standard student, Joyce Angel, who says, I've been using AI regularly for 2 years now. and he's a 9th standard student, for self-learning and making videos, images, and presentations. But I want to improve my knowledge and achieve better. My aim is to become AI engineer. So what else and what all should he do? With this piece of advice, I think we'll draw the curtains.
I think she's all ready. Yeah, I think she's all ready. 9th standard, if she has started, then she has started at the
Right.
7th standard itself, the 2 years back itself. Then in that case, when she initially, well, like when we said, like when I started Windows, Windows was just introduced when I was a kid. So as I grew older, I didn't learn something new about Windows. Windows told me how to learn. So just like that, for her also, as she started using it in early terms, she need not worry about it. That itself will start teaching her. But she has to be strong in her basics. So always engineering or whatever, medicinal course or whatever she wants to do, that has to be there. But apart from that, this will always drive her through. So both will drive her through. I think AI will take care of her.
Very inspiring, Joyce, and all the very best. I just want to leave a small thought with you. Bill Gates started the coding at age 12. And now it is a history, right? What he has accomplished. He has founded Microsoft, right? So we wish you all the best to do something great in your life.
So thank you so much, panelists, for this very important round of discussion and answering the questions patiently, though I wish we could have taken in more questions, but you are most welcome to answer them directly in the chat box. And audience, you two have been wonderful with your questions, and I hope all of you would be returning with some very key takeaways. So today's webinar on the smart career shift opportunities in AI and intelligent technologies was brought to you by The Hindu under its career counseling series from Education Plus in association with Coimbatore-based Karunya University. Thank you all once again for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.